You know, young rich niggas. You know, so we ain't really never had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
So today is a really big day. For you guys, for me, it's just a big day. I'm going to be showing you a few of the parts I'm actually going to be putting on to the Cafe Racer. We're going to be designing the bike before I start putting it back together, before I get it powder coated and painted and everything else. We're going to be designing it, so I brought my handy dandy DSLR camera. Today is going to take a lot of the guesswork out of what will look good, how I actually want it. So first up, I'll start us off with the seat. Here is the beautiful Cafe Racer style hump seat for the Cafe Racer. Once I get it put together, we do need to bend the frame for this, but we'll figure that out pretty soon. But here's the seat. Alright, so for simplicity's sake, I'm going to be shooting it against a plain white background, just so I can Photoshop a lot easier. The sun came out right when I didn't want it to. What the frick? What the frick? Whatever, it'll still work, you know. Alright, that'll do it. Alright, so we got the seat done. So next up we have the shocks. These are some awesome shocks. I kind of wanted to get them in all black, but that was more expensive, so I just like, same shocks. These have a little bit more bling, I would say. So I'm good with that. Let's get some photographs, huh? Alright, that'll work. Sweet. And the last part I'm going to show you, I do have many more parts than this, but they're really not essential for our build, is the handlebars. I got some awesome Clubman handlebars from Bike Master, $25 off Amazon. So it was angled just a little bit, just like that. All right, let's do it. All right, so we got all the essentials done out here. Let's go on inside and get this thing designed. What's going on, guys? So the moment of truth has finally come. Let's just get straight into Photoshop. I don't think it should take us too long. So this is the base image that I'm starting with. This is fully assembled, and the lighting's good for what I'm doing today. And I think I matched the lighting pretty well with my other photos here. So let's bring a couple of these into Photoshop as well, and then we can get started. Now that we brought all the images in, let's just rasterize these suckers, and we can start cutting them out. Okay, we got one done here. That's good. That's the seat. Alright, so let's get this. We should be able to actually just get the blacks and everything, just like that. Yep, perfect. Okay, invert that sucker. All done. Perfect. Now we got the shock. Sick. Okay, let's hide that layer. Last one is the handlebars. Second to last one is the handlebars. So let's just get this. Okay, we got the bars. Sick. Okay, and we'll get the frame. I actually took a few photos of the frame here, just so, just for the sake of editing, it'll make it a lot easier, because I'm going to be basically taking the entire bike apart. Basically taking it all apart in Photoshop, so I need something to put back into it, and this will be an easy way for me to do that. So right now I'm trying to match up the frame of the bike with the original frame. Yeah, that's actually not bad right there. Okay, cool. We'll hide that. Okay, so now I can actually start putting stuff back onto the bike here. So let's first do the frame. I think that's about good right there. And since we're going to be putting the seat over here, I actually want to not have, since I'm going to actually be bending this to fit the seat later, it's going to look more something like that. So let's just do that here in Photoshop. Okay, good. The frame looks good. It's not quite color matched to the There we go. I think that looks pretty good right there. Good enough. Before we put all the parts on and whatever else, I need to get all the red sections. And you know what? Let's just do this the easy way. Color range. And let's get this color right here. And we also want to add this color right here. And this color. Put that one, that one. Let's give this one here too. Alright, so automatically it did a pretty decent job of getting all the red areas on the bike. So basically all I'm doing is we're going to be changing the paint color, and so I'm selecting the red paint from the original bike, and so then I can create a layer and I can change it into any color that I want. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now check this out. Now I can move the paint. This is all the red that I'm going to be adding paint to. Okay, so now that layer is created, now let's start putting stuff back on the bike. Okay, so now we have the frame. Nice and color matched. We already kind of touched that up a little bit. We also have the handlebars, the shocks, and the seat. Bam, check that out. That's already looking pretty sweet. Alright, now let's actually match everything up perfectly how it is going to be on the bike. It's already looking pretty sweet in my opinion. So there's the hole right there, plus the tank. Okay, good. Right there. Shocks need a little bit of alignment here. Let's see, that looks pretty good, right? Good enough for me, right? Let's actually take some of this out of the background as well. That's kind of obnoxious, am I right? Good. Good enough, dude. This is honestly just a mock-up, so it's not like I'm super concerned about perfect detail. Okay. So now we're ready to do a miracle here. Alright, so we're actually ready to paint the bike in Photoshop and see what we actually like best. This is kind of exciting, okay, if you can tell. But we're actually going to be painting the bike right now, and I'm thinking white is going to look best. I originally wanted to do it like a coffee cream kind of color, off-white and whatnot. But the shocks I got also have that gold accent, so I don't think like a coffee color would look best next to the gold. So I'm thinking white's going to look good, but decal it with whatever other color I want, just so it's not right next to the shocks. So let's try it. Let's turn it white first. Alright. I actually really like the look of that. That looks pretty sweet, I think. Okay, so that's white. Let's just do different layers here. I had originally wanted to do this color here. Like a coffee kind of color. You see what I mean? Maybe just a little bit lighter on that color. Something like that. So I mean, that would look pretty cool too. Actually, let's add some text or something just to give it a little bit more dimension too. Okay, cool. And for sake of demonstration, let's also turn this black, just because we're working with a little bit lighter colors. Actually, to match the sunlight, let's do like a darker gray, just like that. Okay. Okay, so this is just a mock-up. Even that looks pretty sweet, I think. Let's give it another color here. What would be a good color? Let's just try black, right? See how that would look. So far, I like white a lot better. I think I like white the best. That's going to look pretty sweet, I think. And then plus I'll be adding decals and whatnot. What I'm thinking too is I'm actually going to add that coffee color to the tank and whatnot once it's done. That looks pretty sweet right there. And even just to mock it up a little bit more, let's go to a little bit of a racing stripe, shall we? Okay, make it form to the tank. Alright, for a mock-up, that's fine. Alright, something like that. Oh, that looks super cool. Yeah, I really like that. Dude, that looks pretty sweet. Dang. I actually really like that. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I think that's the color. So there's either white, there's the coffee kind of color, there's also black, I think that looks pretty cool too, right? I mean, that's definitely not bad. Black and white, I think those are the two real colors that really are viable, because black and white both go with any other color scheme. So you can kind of do whatever you want with it. If you do, say, a coffee color, you kind of have to match everything else to that. Whereas if I do white, which I probably will, you can do what other color schemes you want with decals and other paint and whatnot. So I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Another advantage of having a white color scheme is also the powder coating place doesn't have to custom order the paint color. They usually have white on hand, all the common colors, white, blue, red, all those. But if you do want a custom color, they usually have to order it, and it takes a little bit longer for it to get there and everything. So I think I'll probably just end up doing white. I think that looks pretty sick in my opinion. Then plus I get some LED lights and new headlight on there as well. It's gonna look super cool. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think white looks the best. Let me know what you think, because honestly I'm kind of doing this build because it's definitely a bike for me, but it's also kind of a bike that people are going to want to talk to me about. But I think that's pretty much it. I think that wraps it up for this episode. I kind of just wanted to get everything designed, and I think that looks freaking amazing. So I think white is what I'm going to go with. But yeah, guys, I'm super excited for this build. I can't wait. I'm going to sandblast it, get the frame all bent to my specifications here in the next day or two. And once I sandblast it, then we're ready for the paint. But as always, thanks for watching. I'm really glad having you guys here. It's a pleasure. Cool, guys. Until next time, click on this video right over here. Make sure to subscribe as well. That will definitely be a great decision on your part. But make sure to click on this video over here. We'll definitely see you in the next video, okay?